Recently, I had a chance to talk to some of the chiefs on a few subjects regarding the casino project. Trust of the MCK, or in some cases lack thereof, is one of the issues. And what is being done to reassure the community that their concerns are being addressed is the question I asked Chief Lloyd Phillips.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things being done, but the main thing that, as a council, we decided that in order to alleviate some of the concerns from a portion of the community, that we have a declaration that we all agreed to, we all signed off on, that clearly states our intent, and it clearly states that we're not setting this up for something for the future for ourselves as council members. We're not going to be part of the treasury. We can't become a part of the management team. As long as we're on council, I mean, we're hands off on that approach, and that we're creating this clear distance between MCK, chiefs, and the operations of a casino.
Peggy, let's talk about the budgets themselves, and or not so much that, but our reliance on dollars. Where does the community get most of its money?
All right. Well, the community relies on all the dollars that come in from the federal government, and there's some that come in from the Quebec government. And in all due respect of everything, we receive 96% of all funding that comes from the outside governments, and the other 4% is we depend upon ourselves in the area of whatever money that comes in through ticket and fines, through the water and sewer, the $59, which obviously doesn't cover even a fraction of what it actually costs. And to be realistic, where we are right now, it's very rough because there is cutbacks happening on a day-to-day basis, and we're hearing continuously about how it's affecting our entire budget. Like the cost of gas has affected our budget with all the vehicles that we have, the buses, the police vehicles, the ambulance vehicles, and everything else. So that has a major impact, and the list goes on and on.
So the difference between the Kahsennenhawe Casino project and MIT?
Well, the major difference is that in a land-based casino project, we're going to be involved in the gaming directly. Whereas with MIT and Continent 8 Technologies, we're just providing service for the online gaming industry. And we don't participate in the games. That's where the money is. And that's where this multi-billion dollars that everybody talks about is in the actual online sites. But we don't do the gaming. The model was based on data, service, and everything that goes along with that. With a land-based casino, we'll actually be involved in the gaming, offering the games. And when I say we, I'm not saying Mohawk Council. We're obviously starting this, but it's going to be a wholly owned community organization with a community treasury, and the funds, coming directly back to the community, the gaming funds themselves, And if you look at the projections, it's about $80 million and $53 million profit, in the first year. I just see it as the springboard to the future of Kahsennenhawe's diversified economic base.
Final question, I guess, as we look. Some people will say there are a lot of jobs. There's 900 plus jobs that are involved, but they don't want to work in a casino. What are the other options?
Well, the way I see it, there's going to be many spin-offs from this venture if it does go through. I mean, just thinking off the top of my head, car services, like if people wanted to drive limousines, there'll be contracts, there'll be, supplies are going to be needed. There's going to be so much other opportunity for people not to just work in the casino. And, we know it's not the end-all, be-all answer to our financial woes as a community, but it's the start of all of the other potential business ventures that we could start in this community and for job creation. But the main thing is it's about revenue generation, and looking at the budget presentation that we did and, our reserves, and we're not broke, we're getting by. And I understand that people say, oh, council, you're sitting on a big pot of gold. We're really not. And for 95% of the money that runs this town to come from the outside governments, it's not comforting. We need to take advantage and create our own opportunities and invest the things that we think are important, like our language and culture programs, our education, that if we wanted to send any Kahsennenhawe to any school anywhere, that we could provide them with that opportunity. For the elders, there's just so much that we could do if we were in control of our own finances and our own destiny, and that's why I'm in full support of this project. I don't know what else to say. I hope that people will really take the time to inform themselves and get accurate information. I mean, Facebook is notorious for rumor and for, people fueling this mistrust of council. If people don't trust me, they won't put their check mark next to me come July. But, if people come and talk to me and ask me why I'm here, why I put up with all of the negativity and the name calling, and just because I want to work for my community, and because I want to see this community succeed, I want to see young people succeed and have all the opportunities provided to them.